Oh, God damn it. Okay, so that should have worked. And then it didn't.
I was going to say, we appear to be on with Oh!
I fixed it!
Hey!
I fixed it!
You fixed it. Well done.
Thanks.
Alright.
We're not professionals, we swear.
The most professional.
Hi, Danny!
Yes, human resources. It is. God damn it!
Yeah.
It is how all the things work. Christ.
Oh, Christ, yeah. Just
Dear.
Just a moment of, God damn it, why? I'm gonna keep looking through this, because this is confusing me.
What? We've started, Jonathan. You can't be confused now.
I'm only gently confused, because I'm looking at... Okay, you know what? I'll talk about it in a minute.
Okay. I promise we prepare for these streams. I promise.
Why would we ever do such a thing? How could you?
Madness. Utter madness. Oh, dear.
Yeah. So, doubt. Yeah. So we are going to be doing some homebrew today. We're going to be doing some homebrewery. Hence why it says "back to the homebrewery" on the Twitch stream description thing. Words. Fuck it. Well, I wish I could. I really wish I could. I was like, I'm just gonna reboot. Doing homebrew every day. At that point, I'm just like, fuck it. I'm gonna write a new system.
I mean, that
Wizards of the Coast, hit me up. I'll write D&D 6e on my own. All right, 6th edition. Just you fucking watch me. None of your VTT shit.
I was going to say, it'll write 6th edition and it will contain 1,000% more blackjack and hookers.
500% more blackjack. 700% more hookers. I'm variable.
It's negotiable amount. That's how you know that it's solid roleplay. Then you have negotiable amounts.
Shush!
You're playing the wrong kind of D&D if you have 0% blackjack. I'm just saying. Less said about the hookers at that point, probably the better.
Well, yes. So what we're doing today is last time, if anyone was, it's literally just us. I don't know if you were here. We did the College of Profanity Bard, which was, a bard that swears all the time.
It's pretty good.
This time, we're tackling the Angry Boy. We're doing the Barbarian. Barbarian. And the thing that confused me is I currently have in front of me, the Holy Bible of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, the Player Handbook. And I'm looking at, just Barbarian stuff. Because Barbarians have genuinely, I think, the greatest and most customizable subclass across the entire game. And that is the path of the Totem Warrior.
Totem Warrior is pretty solid.
Yeah. Now, last time I checked, the Totem Warrior has 5 different things you can choose from. 5 different totems. The bear, the eagle, the elk, the tiger, and the wolf.
Yep.
So why the fuck when I look in the player handbook does it just have the bear, the eagle, and the wolf? Where the hell are these elks and tigers coming from?
Probably from
I checked Xanathar's guide. They're not in there. They're definitely older than Tasha's guide. I don't know what the fuck.
Let me just have a quick
Only
look
source I'm finding is the player handbook, and it's confusing me so much because I have the player handbook and they're not there. And the elk is really fun.
Barbarian, Totem Warrior, Totem Spirit, Bear, Eagle, Wolf, Elk, Tiger. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet,
Mandela effect.
they've been Mandela affected it. Like,
yep.
Where? Why? How? What? Who? When?
The
How was
extra
Gamora?
2 are from Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide.
They're from Skag?
Yup.
Huh.
They skags.
Every day I find that there's actually useful shit in that book.
I mean, I think it's provided a startling amount of shit that like most people don't.
Because most people
consider.
turn around and go, the Sword Coast guide is shit. It's the worst D&D book, and I'm like, okay, sure, it has the Battle Rager Barbarian in it, which is objectively fucking terrible.
I mean, I haven't looked at it. Oh,
no,
yeah,
it's
the dwarves
shit.
only one. That's
yeah, it's genuinely shit. And we're gonna make something better.
We do need Stranger Totem animals. We need Totem of the Squid.
I want Squirrel Barbarian.
I want Capybara Barbarian.
Yes, Tortoise Barbarian, just a really fucking angry snapping turtle.
You understand that tortoises and snapping turtles are very different animals.
They're barbarians. They don't have high intelligence. They won't know.
I love the idea that, like, a barbarian is, like, filled with the ancestral powers of his great tortoise ancestor. And then he starts going, snap, snap, snap. And his ancestor looking down on him like,
the fuck, man?
With you piece of shit. What the hell? We never did that. There's absolutely nothing to do with that. It's like, snap, snap, snap.
Fuck, you know
snap,
what I want?
Snap,
you know what I really want? I want a goat barbarian.
I mean, that would be pretty solid. I mean, that's just a minotaur.
I want to headbutt people and climb up vertical walls.
A mule. No, that's our MVP slot right there. Mule barbarian just kicks.
Totem of the Clydesdale.
No. Mule's donkey.
Yeah.
Mule's type donkey. But it's not placid. It's just like grudging. It's begrudging the whole way.
I don't rage. I just get determined.
Yeah. Unicorn. I mean, I feel like unicorns are not famous for being grumpy about shit. I'm like,
I will stab you with my face.
Although, admittedly, also they are Scottish. So, you know, and the Scots are famous for being angry, so we just need angry Scottish unicorn barbarian.
Can we do a multi-class with Bard and have bagpipes?
I see no reason why not. I know nothing about unicorns, also, apparently.
Barbarian!
I know they're a horrifying force of nature, and I know there's a lot of different stories about unicorns, but it's like, you know, I don't know, as far as I'm aware, unicorn stories don't generally, like, focus specifically on the poor temperament of the unicorn. Like, the unicorn just kind of, like, appears as, like, either as a kind of big natural force, or, of course, in later tellings as, you know, more of a kind of spirit of healing and shit.
It's a horse that can stab you with its face.
This is true.
Don't fuck with anything that can stab you with its face. That is also true. If there is one group of the internet that you do not want hunting you down, it's bronies. Because, man, they are hard to get rid of.
So, okay, so if we're saying, because obviously pure of heart thing, that is the kind of one of the key tenets of a unicorn myth. So if we had a unicorn barbarian, it would have to be like, if you're my people, you're my people. But if you're not my people, you're fucked.
I mean, that's kind of a lot of barbarians, to be honest.
This is true. Okay, we have.
So it's a perfect fit.
That's gonna be our next fucking D&D homebrew, unicorn barbarian, boys and girls.
We're just gonna update the totem warrior with everything, because again, like, the totem warrior is amazingly because everyone's like, oh, bear totem, become invulnerable, and it is mechanically the best. But there's so much cool shit you can do with it. Like, the elk barbarian just gets to fucking charge people and run really fast. So if you ever wanted, like, just this 6-foot mass of muscle and screaming, charging at you with giant spectral antlers, then play a totem warrior elk barbarian, because they're fucking nuts.
I'm with human resources on this. I feel like unicorn barbarian is its own thing. I think separate from the totem barbarian. Sure. And I'll tell you this because I think that it needs to open with an ability that just says, like, you know, like, first impressions matter.
Yep.
Because it is that thing that they see you and they just go, boom, I know exactly what you are. and it's either you're dead or you're not. And I feel like there is a whole thing you can build around that would be super cool. But also, side note, because I know you're obviously saying you love totem barbarians because they're super customizable.
Yeah.
This is the reason why I personally love a Circle of the Shepherd druid.
Because that was what I was going to bring up. There already is a subclass that has unicorns associated with it, and it's the Circle of the Shepherd. One of the totem spirits you can summon is the unicorn.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I remember
fun thing about
the hawk.
There's the hawk. There's the bear. I think it's a bear. Nope, that's Tasha.
I mean, if they fucking doubled up bears, then that would be a bit shitty.
I mean, druids, bears.
No. Alright, Xanathar's was when it was codified. What have we got? Spirit totems.
Page 23.
Yeah, it's bear. Bear,
is it a bear?
hawk. Yeah, bear, hawk, and unicorn.
Yeah, bear,
the
hawk,
third
and unicorn.
one was unicorn.
Yeah. Thing is, it's less about
Healing
customization with the Circle of the Shepherd because you can choose each of them as you use the ability. So you have all
part
of
the
them.
customization, I think. Well, I suppose less customization, more versatility. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's versatility. Whereas with the Totem Warrior, you choose one of the totems at a level. You can choose a different one at another level. Like you can mix and match those features. Like you can play two Totem Warrior Barbarians, completely different abilities and completely different styles. It's really cool.
But still not quite as good as just straight up warlocks, where you can slot everything in and out like fucking, like fucking upgrade slots.
Yeah, we stand
Fantasy,
warlocks
like
in this
materia
household.
pieces.
Yeah, the other, I mean, the Totem Warrior is so good because a lot of other barbarian subclasses are kind of shit.
It does struggle with subclasses, I have to say.
Yeah.
And that's why we've decided to make one that's just completely out of character.
Transition!
Yes! We are going to make the passive aggression barbarian.
Oh, God.
This is a barbarian who uses his words.
The path of passive aggression. And I will desperately try and spell aggression right.
Oh, God.
This is the dumbest bit we've ever done, and I can't believe I said that on every single stream.
I mean, yeah, it's only going to get consistently dumber.
Also, a Karen is very much active aggression.
Yeah, I was going to say
active aggression.
Karens are active aggression.
It is not passive aggression to demand to see a manager. That is very active.
They can start passive, but they can get much worse.
That's true.
The other kind of Karen. We're gonna be.
Oh,
we're
God,
gonna get into Karen as a spectrum now. Is this where we're at?
Where's my whiskey? I need more whiskey.
Oh, happy National Autism Day for yesterday, everybody. By the way,
Wait, is it Autism Day or like Autism Day of Awareness?
Yesterday I think was Autism Awareness Day. April 2nd.
Didn't notice.
Just super weird.
Oh,
yeah.
Autism Awareness Day is the day after April Fool's.
I know! Isn't it just questionable? Yeah.
Because that's the thing is, Autism Day of Visibility is like, oh good, autistic people have -10 on stealth checks.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what we didn't want.
Yeah. Good luck with all that masking.
I don't want to mask anymore. It's so tiring.
Well, that's why you're here.
Yeah.
That's why you're
to be
here.
fair.
On stage with a crowd that can't boo you.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, and I'm sure every neurodivergent person in the world can relate to this in some degree, but after the pandemic, just like masking is so much. You just you notice it so much more. I've just lost so much basic social interaction and social functionality from being locked inside for 2 years.
I mean, that's why I was playing so much D&D.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So yeah. I am a fractured figment of my former self, and I'm here on the internet to show it all to you.
In the words of our dear human resources, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna unmask and make it everybody's problem.
Exactly. Like Batman.
Do it. Wait, no! Not like Batman! Chris, you're not rich enough to go around crippling poor people. Because it's not the same deterrent, okay? We don't have the American healthcare system. Okay? Also...
of that I'm grateful.
Yeah, also really fun, because, you know, Batman takes place in America. Batman creates more crime.
So much more. I love those meme posts, which are just like, you know, Batman, do you seriously not understand that you're just like causing people vast amounts of medical debt by, you know, like beating the shit out of them and not killing them, and then they have to go and like do more crime to make the money to pay back the medical debt.
Batman made Walter White. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Batman makes many Walter Whites. I know it's not. I know he doesn't give people cancer, but still.
Well, I'm just saying, Batman single. So here we are, like as human resources, Batman single building all the medical. Yeah, and Bruce, Batman does not cause.
We're not talking about that Spider-Man comic. We're not talking about that one Spider-Man comic.
Hello.
Hi, Barry.
I've got biscuits. My wife is the best wife. She brought me biscuits.
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 Love you.
Love you too.
Jonathan says he loves you too.
Biscuits.
Our Twitch audience also love you.
Biscuits.
You go.
We have 4 people who are all very happy.
Hello, Twitch.
This is my wife.
Oh, Jude, did you like your badges?
I did. I will pull them off the board now. Yep.
Yes.
Hi, human resource.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Sexy Skelly Bones and Gentlemander.
Alright. Oh yeah, this is the badges that that we got, Jonathan.
Because I love my sister-in-law so deeply.
You understand, Twitch, whenever I feel depressed, sad, or just want to wind Jay up, I tend to go on Wish and find either really inappropriate badges or badges I think it would make him smile. If you ever get bored, ask him about the sexy Pokemon. Bye!
They're right here. 2 of them are right there. I think, yeah, the other 2 are up there. They're currently holding my various to-do lists and sanity check posts to my 2 cork boards. Because I am a manager, I'm a producer, I own 2 cork boards. What the fuck is my life?
I'm so proud of you that you own your own company and 2 cork boards.
2 cork boards! I don't think I paid for either of them. I'm pretty sure I salvaged both of them.
That's that small business owner energy. Salvage your cork boards.
This small business advice for anybody who's thinking
unicorn hasn't gone down well. Okay, the internet hates me apparently. I'll let my wife can stream now for forever. Okay, I wasn't rejecting the unicorn. I am sorry if it came across that way. I just think it should be its own special. Yes, okay, fine. I leave.
Phoebe, you have been here for like 10 minutes and you're already trying to cancel my brother. Well done.
Well, I guess that's just my fate. Given some of the shit I've come out with, to be fair, I don't blame anyone for cancelling me.
I'm amazed it's taken this long.
Why, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say small business advice for anyone who is wanting to start their own company. Steal everything. No word of a lie. Anything you can get your hands on, fucking steal it. Because you are not going to have the money to pay for it.
Not legal advice.
I am not a lawyer. I cannot give you legal advice, but steal everything. Okay? Why do you think, like, I have people who work for me? How do you think I got them? I stole them!
Less chaos, please. Apparently we made too much chaos, Jonathan. We made too much chaos.
There is always more chaos.
We haven't even made the Barbarian
We
yet.
haven't even started even talking about the Barbarian.
Oh, Christ.
But yeah, so yeah, steal whatever you can get your hands on because, you ain't gonna be able to pay for shit for a long time. Because I know, because I can't pay for shit. I have people I want to pay. I can't pay them. I need money. Can the Barbarian have a unicorn friend? That's up to the player. That is up to the player who plays them. This is why Barbarians like this is why a great choice for barbarians is like the magic initiate feat, because give them the find familiar spell.
That doesn't require concentration, does it?
No, it doesn't.
You can rage and have a familiar.
Exactly. You just cast it and it happens.
That's kind of great.
Yeah, find familiar is an amazing spell. Then like give them 2 utility cantrips that you can use outside of combat, and suddenly you've got a really diverse character. Like give a barbarian mage hand or mending.
I like the idea of a barbarian who just like looks at a piece of cloth really hard and it fixes itself.
Fury.
Yep. Excuse me while I add Unicorn Barbarian to our future list of homebrews.
Excellent.
Just so that everybody just, like stops trying to cancel me.
So they don't come round to our house and burn it down.
Yeah.
Thanks, Phoebe.
There we go. Unicorn Barbarian. It's officially in there. We will have a stream where we make a Unicorn Barbarian.
As always, we have nicked our ideas from chat, because I'm pretty sure that's where this idea came from. I think this got mentioned on like the first stream, or when we did the Bard, and yeah, so we're doing it because it was the only barbarian we could think of at the time, and we're trying to do all the classes. I've got like 2 artificer ideas. Nothing for druids. Nothing for. I put down a fighter. I did put down a fighter. I want to do at some point.
Yes, we have a.
It's less funny, but it's a cool idea.
Yeah, because it's. I've just closed the page because I am an idiot.
Fool. The thing is, the only druid I know that I would want to make, I already made with somebody else. Because I made the bug druid.
Yes.
And then as soon as we came up with the idea, and like Karen and I sat down to make it, the Swarm Keeper came out.
Yeah, and it was like, God damn it, why do we even bother?
Shut up, Phoebe, you're being very funny.
Sorry, what was I going to say?
Being like, I'll shut up now.
Yeah, you're fine.
You're being funny. You're providing us with joy. That's the point of being here.
We've got bards, we've got a sorcerer, we've got ranger, warlock, cleric, 2 artificers. Yeah, we have. Wizards are hard though.
Wizards are hard.
Because wizards is just like you have a wizard for every school of magic,
and then a few.
But they've done that already.
Yeah, and then they did a few others because we've got we've got scribes wizards, which are amazing, and we've got war magic. Wizards have I think wizards are second only to clerics in terms of how many subclasses they've got.
Yeah, they have so many, and it covers such a variety that you're just like, well, that's all the magic, isn't it?
So we've got all the magic schools. We've got blade singers, which are terrifying.
Resources.
We've got
blade singers are great.
What?
I said blade singers are great. I fucking love blade singers.
Yeah, blade singers are great. We've got time wizards. We've got gravity wizards.
I forgot about those.
Yeah. We've got Order of Scribes, and we've got War Magic. Again, Order of Scribes is part of the most broken 5th level build I've ever done, and I entirely blame Rye for it, because he said, don't make a backstory, so I had no option but to power game. So, I will tell the story very briefly. Our beloved friend Rye, who you may recognise from the Scottish Wiki stream, if you have...
we haven't done it in a very long time.
We haven't done it in a very, very long time.
We used to play D&D.
We used to play D&D.
Now we're here pretending that we play D&D.
Rye is a frequent dungeon master in our group and has a real gift for adapting creatures into stuff and coming up with really cool monsters.
Yeah.
Those non-Newtonian slimes were some of the most fun I've ever had in a battle.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate, though, the fact that he dips into the SCP Foundation quite as often as he does.
Yeah, that was legitimately terrifying.
Yeah.
But he decided to run a Halloween one-shot for all of us. And the Immortal Alligator. I don't know what the number is.
Yeah,
but it was the Unkillable Alligator, the fucking Infinite Lizard or whatever. Sure. I don't memorize the numbers like you do. I was going to say, so are you the HR department of the internet? I take it. You just have all the numbers somewhere. No, she's my HR department, unfortunately.
Fair enough. Special interest is fair.
Yeah, but Yeah, so in the preparation he said, make a 5th level character, but don't make a backstory. And what it turned out he was doing was, it was like, all of you as people are out on Halloween in the middle of Glasgow, and magic shenanigans happen, and you all turn into the characters you've prepared. Okay, interesting. But I didn't realize, I didn't know what to do, so I thought, oh, I'll try something cool. So I went, I think, 3 levels of Order of Scribes Wizard and 2 levels of Tempest Cleric. The Order of Scribes Wizard gets a very fun ability that lets you change the type, the damage type of a spell, if you have a spell of the same level that does different damage types. So I had Fireball and I had Thunderstep. So I could change Fireball to do thunder damage. Tempest Clerics have a fun ability called Destructive Wrath that means if you are rolling damage for a lightning or thunder spell, you can just do max damage. So this led to a little moment I effectively refer to as Thunderball in the Hall of Mirrors. So the idea was that we were going around, we were like collecting these artifacts, and so that we could, either break the curse, or in the end, what we did was basically just allowed magic to flourish and save the world, because it was fun. Yeah, what I did was, we went in, and we were in this sort of maze of mirrors, and turned out basically we found out everything was a mimic, and then Rye made a horrible mistake. He said the entire room was 40 feet across. At which point I turned around and went, right, everybody out. Everybody get out. And I did this whole ream of bullshit. It was in this hall of mirrors and it was full of mimics. And I just went, right, here we go. And the way I told him what I was doing, and he went, okay, I'm just going to narrate what happens. Because I knew exactly what I was doing. He basically was like, so you're all standing outside. Jay's in there. And then every single window in the building blows out. And I just come out carrying this artifact and be like, I got it! Because holy shit, it's an insane combination of abilities. And I could do it, well, I can only do it properly once, but it gets fucking nuts at later levels. Thankfully there aren't many, I think the highest level lightning spell that is proper damage focus is Chain Lightning, and that's like a 6th or 7th level spell.
It's equally well, it's lightning or thunder damage.
Yeah, I much as much as ball lightning is a cool idea. I much prefer the idea of just this ball of thunderous sound. I just go, and everything explodes. It's a great idea.
Yes, exactly that gif. Exactly that gif.
Yep, all the windows just blow out. Exactly. So yeah, that's my fun little power gaming story. Someday I will tell everyone on this stream about the absolute goddamn monster I created, but I have yet to play, which can do 10 attacks in a turn. It's insane.
The power building stream comes later.
The power building stream comes later when Offbeat Outlaw comes and sues us.
No, I'll just come in and be like, why didn't you do
this? Here's how you do it better.
What, you could have done it so much better if you'd taken 2 levels in Warlock.
Add Paladin levels. Add smites on that bit. But I was like, I'm already a triple multi-class, leave it alone. Anyway, I will tell you about Rudy later. Today, we are working on the path of passive aggression Barbarian. And so we're getting 4 abilities in total across the subclass. And we need to pick our first ability. Now, with other barbarians, this is, as with everything, this is the core of your ability. With the Totem Warrior, this is how you pick your first totem. With the Ancestral Guardian, this is where you get your damage reduction ability, and with the Berserker, this is where you eat shit. Frenzy is trash, Frenzy is trash, and I will not be convinced otherwise. I don't care if Pyro's here.
Speaking as one of the only people I think in the entire world who kind of likes the Berserker. Not enough to think that it's a good class, but enough to be I like it in terms of flavor and in terms of just its whole vibe. I quite enjoy it.
Yeah, that's cool, but The frenzy ability is trash.
It's not ideal.
It's fucking shit! You trained a level of exhaustion for being able to attack as a bonus action. Something which, by the way, fighters and rangers can do for free with, out much reduction because they get 2-weapon fighting.
I mean, also, it's really, really bad.
It's fucking
and given
shit.
that actually, technically, anybody can make an offhand attack with their bonus action.
If they're holding a light weapon.
Holding
Or
a light
not,
weapon.
if they have the dual wielder feat. Like, the dual wielder feat just completely removes the stall. And also, monks get it for free!
Yeah.
All monks get it for free!
Yeah. It's pretty poor.
It's fucking terrible! And, like, sorcerers even get, like, a better version of it with Quicken Spell.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
You
basically
feel
it's
like wizards would have figured this out by now.
At least it's a subclass thing and not like a base barbarian thing, because you could just then instead of playing a berserker, you could play an ancestral guardian, who are fucking great, because they get like the power to just mitigate all damage from everybody, and they are proper like protect everybody tanks. They're great because that's Iva's subclass.
Yes, which is great.
Yeah. Our buddy Alex, who's playing a Shetland centaur.
Yep.
Not Shetland centaur. He's a fucking Clydesdale. He's a big.
No,
chunky...
he's not.
Is he?
Iva's Shetland pony.
Is Iva Shetland? No, yeah, because he's really small, isn't he?
Yeah, he's minuscule. That's the whole point. Is he's a centaur, but his body is a Shetland pony.
Yeah.
He's minuscule.
He's a Shetland pony barbarian, and he's a centaur. He's fucking great. Iva's a really fun character. He's just the epitome of
manlet.
He's just the epitome of. And then there's this fucking shit going on again.
This is small, angry, and Scottish.
Yeah.
There we go. Back to unicorn barbarians again.
Yep.
But let's not get distracted.
We already were.
We are.
So we need
but
to
it means
pick...
that on third level we need to have like what our core gimmick, I suppose, is going to be of a passive aggression barbarian.
So,
which means we need to figure that out.
What is the core of passive aggression?
That is an excellent question.
Seriously, anybody, we're asking, please, for the love of God.
Well, do we want to? Well, I suppose one question could be: do we want this to be like effects that occur when tone of voice? Yes, that occur when not raging.
No, I think we've got to have an effect of raging. I think.
Well, no. Hear me out. So, what if it's because it's obviously rage is about it being a form change. Rhetorical questions, yes.
Yep.
And you gain all of these resistances, and it's very useful. But I'm wondering if what you get is you have something when you gain an extra thing when you're not raging that you lose, but gain a different extra thing when you're raging, like yin and yang.
I feel that would work well for a later ability.
Yeah. Okay.
Not necessarily for like the base ability, because it's got to like work within the subclass, within the class itself.
Well, that's one thing is something that works within the class. So like, a thing for when you're not raging that changes into a different thing when you are raging.
Oh, so we're talking like basically a split ability.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
cool. Right.
Like,
Okay. So what we could do is, because I'm thinking when you are raging, you could adopt a certain tone of voice, a certain attitude that you can use to like give people disadvantage on attacks or saving throws or something.
What if it's an aura?
An aura of passive aggression.
An aura of passive aggression. So when you're not raging, you gain an aura of passive aggression, which gives opponents within 5 or 10 feet of you disadvantage on a particular type of saving throw.
Actually,
or like something like that. But then when you're raging, they get disadvantage on something else.
Actually, I think what we could do is instead of having a when you're not raging, giving them disadvantage, it should give you like advantage on charisma based checks or something. It's not.
I mean, it does need to be a
Intimidation is not
charisma-based subclass.
What?
It does need to be a charisma-based.
Oh yes, this is
subclass.
very charisma heavy. Oh,
Yeah.
Actually, that's what we could do. We could twist it quite heavily and be like, "Hey, when you're attacking, you can use your charisma instead of your strength.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
You could do things like add your charisma for later abilities. Add your charisma to your strength add your charisma modifier on top of your strength modifier as like an ending ability.
Yeah.
For like making attacks.
Or you can use or reverse it. Or in fact, do both as a final ability. So we know our final ability, which is a 14th level. Whenever you make an attack, you can add your charisma modifier to your attack and damage rolls. And whenever you make a charisma check, you can add your strength modifier.
Yeah.
You can add a strength. Yes, I'm fucking doing that. That's amazing.
That's there we go. That's an excellent ending ability. Do you imagine you just like, you make your attack and you add your 5 strength. Sorry. You add your +5 strength. Then you add your +5 charisma. Then you add your words! Shit! Words! Proficiency bonus! Then you add, so you've got like a +20 to your attack. Fuck Bahamut!
Well, +16. Because it's 5 for strength. Because you got a 20 in strength, so that's +5. Plus your proficiency, which is +6.
Yep.
Well, actually, at level 14, it's base level 14, it's +5. So you're adding 15 to your attack, which is still fucking nuts.
That is nuts.
Before you add any like magical weapons or shit, because you're level 14, you'll probably have like a +2 weapon, so that's gonna be like 17 anyway.
Yep.
You're a barbarian, and you're doing it at advantage because reckless attack. You're going to fucking hit this thing.
That's amazing!
The really scary part is the fact that you're then adding the charisma to your damage. Which is, already adding your strength and your rage. Which at 14th level, that would be 5 + 3 + 5. So you're adding 13 to your damage. Again.
With every hit.
Again, before you do. Yeah, I will hit this monster, I will split a fucking atom. Oh, God.
It was a mistake to put crinkly biscuits next to me. This will continue. That invents nuclear warhead. Jonathan, are you also crinkling at me?
I was crinkling. Also, we did that once. Well, Flavian did that once.
Flavian made a thermobaric warhead out of D&D physics. And this is why you should never, ever play D&D with an engineer.
Especially an engineer who's playing an artificer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A way to make advantage the confusion of your enemy.
Confuse your enemy with your intentions. So we can do that, like, we get back to the 3rd level ability.
Yeah. So, yes, well then, and I think we should make them, I do think we should make them I think the opening ability should be a non-rage based ability.
I think it should be both.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so passive aggressive comments. Engage. Yes. Hard to discern passive aggressive. Yes. So because confusion is already an ability. It's already a status effect.
It's a spell.
In D&D.
It's not a status effect. It's a spell.
Okay. Is it a shite spell?
No, it's actually kind of handy.
Okay.
It's like a 4th level spell or something.
Have a look. Confusion. D&D 5th edition. This spell assaults and twists the creature's mind, spawning delusions and provoking uncontrolled actions. 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose. Succeed on a wisdom save. Don't move or take actions on its turn on movement random direction. That is actually pretty solid.
Yeah, confusion's
It's got a random number table to decide what the fuck they do, which is perfect for confusion. It's not quite Pokemon's and you hurt yourself in confusion, but it's pretty good.
What level spell is it?
That is 4th.
So it's a 4th level spell. So equivalent, another class would get access to that. 7th level.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, so we can. Maybe a cast of confusion could be a free cast of confusion could be a later level, the 10th level ability.
Maybe I'll keep the tab open for just now.
Yes.
But
when you choose this path, this path at 3rd level, you'd.
Yeah, Cthulhu Sanity Chart is exactly what it is.
Oh God, yeah.
Particularly dumb cheerleader Asmar.
I have not heard about this character, and I want to.
That sounds so good. Just be like, hey, S, I can't spell. Let's go.
Oh God, a dyslexic cheerleader. Oh no. 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 Oh no.
Oh man, I'm getting sidetracked. Wombles. Right. Let's go back to the early idea of like a stance or an aura or something that so it does one thing when not raging and a different thing when raging. So if we say that when you're not raging, it gives you advantage. You can adopt. Wait, we could do it. You can. So if we call it a stance.
I'm going to call it a tone of voice, actually.
Or a tone of voice.
Because I don't know how you stand in a passive aggressive way. I'm sitting in a very camp way, but that's not what I'm looking for.
You can absolutely stand in a passive aggressive way. Body language is definitely a part of passive aggression.
I'm not very good at passive aggression. I am very in favor of active aggression. That's
also to sit on a tree stump and they'd come back 2 weeks prior. That's fucking horrible. Oh my god, that's so cruel.
The fuck?
That's so mean.
Holy shit!
Oh Jesus. Oh, just stay there. We'll come back. Okay.
Okay.
Guys. Hello.
Fucking Jesus. It's amazing.
That's such a shame. Right. Yeah. No. So, but yeah. So it's called if we.
Okay. It's called a stance.
Call it a stance, and it can involve a tone of voice. And we can say when you're not raging. It can give you advantage on charisma checks, and when you are raging, it can give you a chance to cause fear after an attack, but you limit the uses.
Chance to cause fear for how long?
I suppose it'd be a round, so 6 seconds.
So let's call it.
Yeah, for a turn.
Until the beginning of your next turn.
Until
Okay.
I'm afraid for the, and that would be if you hit them, because so that juxtaposition between passive aggression and throwing a fucking table at someone.
We're very much working on that sliding scale.
Yes, we are. This is the sliding scale. It slides very quickly.
So
1 to 100 in 0.1 of a second.
Yeah, we're going from is it your first day to get me your fucking manager.
Yeah, no, yes, exactly.
So for being out of rage, we're gonna go with advantage on charisma checks for a minute.
Yeah, why not?
Because otherwise it's just permanent advantage on charisma checks, and that's kind of busted.
Yeah, Johnny yelling jump scare every time.
So
well, no. So this is my thing. So I was thinking, if you limit the uses, then you could have advantage on like particular instances.
Okay, so use them up to. We're already dealing with Mads anyway.
Yeah.
Up to your charisma modifier. No, or do you want to do proficiency bonus?
Let's do proficiency bonus, because then you're not having to pick between charisma and strength, which are our two kind of balancing forces here.
Should only work on monsters of your size or smaller. No, it shouldn't. No, it shouldn't. You could absolutely be passive aggressive to someone who is twice your fucking size.
You should also absolutely throw a table at someone that is twice your size, and it be scary.
Yeah, because it's a table.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wouldn't cause fear. Well, this is that we're not doing. Oh, that's smacking people. Yeah.
Yeah. It does. Yes, it does. Small people can be scary. The table would. You want it? I mean, if you want, we can give this subclass to the table instead. But I'm not sure how that's going to work in 5e.
Hey, can we do Way of the Table Monk?
Way of the table monk.
I just want to look. All I want is to just be a monk that does that entire ladder fight scene from that one Jackie Chan movie, because that is the fucking best.
Yes. Although technically, the Jackie Chan monk is Way of the Drunken Fist.
Ah, that's one of them.
I mean, because that was Jackie Chan invented that, didn't it? Yeah, I'm fairly sure that in terms of like that as in actual martial arts films.
Oh, in terms of films, yes.
Yeah.
In terms of like actual martial arts, no, he did not invent that.
No,
because that's a thing. If the bench monk and his it's just Cosmic Kiryu, but it's like armor restriction. You have to wear a disco suit to play this subclass, both in the game and in real life.
Oh man. Oh.
Being a
I
Yakuza who's shit at crime.
I desperately need to play the Yakuza games. I really do. I've just never gotten around to it, but I need to, and I really want to play because I really want to play. Was it the Like a Dragon?
Yeah, the turn-based one.
Which they turned it into a turn-based JRPG, and I was just like, holy shit, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Because that was Zero was the prequel one, wasn't it? Yes. No, I will do it. At the moment, I am playing. What am I playing at the moment? At the moment,
XCOM again.
At the moment, I am simultaneously playing XCOM, Pokemon Colosseum, a hack of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, and Pokemon Explorers of Sky. That's what I'm playing at the moment. I'm also technically have an unfinished save on Dark Souls 1 that I started when I had COVID last year.
Okay,
and then I've just never finished.
That doesn't count anymore.
Yeah, it's grim. It's hard.
Yeah.
I really, really like it, but this is the bit that's embarrassing, right? Because I'm stuck at a really reasonable point. I'm stuck at Ornstein and Smaug. However, I'm not actually stuck at Ornstein and Smaug. I'm stuck at the fight immediately before them with the fucking traitor dude who kills the Fire Shrine Maiden. I can't remember his name. Steve Lautrec. He's a cunt, and he's got like 3 pals, and I'm just like, my build, because I did a medium armor build, which is the stupidest fucking thing. No, not Patches. I killed Patches. Patches is a cunt. In Evil Knight Lautrec or whatever the guy is who kills the Shrine Maiden, he's there with like 4 pals. Patches is a cunt. 4 pals, and I'm just medium armor build, not built for multiple opponents. It's also not really a build recommended anywhere in Dark Souls, and I'm also using miracles instead of magic because I am not a smart boy. So I'm just struggling at Dark Souls. I went in with like a clear vision of what I wanted to do, and what I wanted to do isn't very good.
It was like what he wanted to do was wrong.
Yeah, I just didn't want to enjoy the game.
I mean, to be fair, my current playlist, this is just a perfect time to segue into this.
Yes.
For anyone who's interested, I today released a review of a game with the greatest name of all time.
Which one?
Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion.
I love this game!
Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion is fantastic. I would recommend going and reading my review of it. Because that came out today. There's also a special version on my Patreon where I read the whole thing out.
Plug.
I couldn't be plugging this any harder if I was sticking a fork in an electrical socket.
Post the reviews on his website and his Patreon.
I post all the reviews on my website. There's more than 50 of the fuckers. I'm sure there's probably something in there that you'd want to look at.
Are links still in the description of this video, Jonathan?
Yeah, there's a link to my website in the description of this stream. There's a link. I absolutely fucking told you about this.
Well, now you know.
There's a whole
knowing is half
thing.
the battle.
There's a whole page of like game reviews that I started doing just before. I started doing them just before the pandemic. Whoops. Yeah. So like in early 2020, I looked at my Steam library and just went, I have a lot of games that I've never played because I picked them up through like Humble Bundles or whatever. Wait, what? It's not?
Go and fix it, Jonathan.
Oh, goddamn. I'm going to have to fix it out after the stream. I will get here. Fuck it. There's going to be a direct link coming in the chat. Because I thought I'd put it in there. Oh, maybe I just put it in the YouTube descriptions. Shit!
Jonathan.
There.
I'm disappointed in you.
I thought it was there! Oh, no, because it only allows social media links. That's why. That's why it's not in the stream. That's why it's not in the stream description. Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking. Never mind. I will deal with that later. I will fuck around with that later. Yeah, there's more than 50 reviews on there. And more coming because I've been a good boy and I made myself a content buffer. There's stuff on there that's, I think the second thing I ever reviewed, I was just like, this is shit. But the majority of the reviews are quite fun, and I've had a good time making them. But yeah, basically in 2020, I decided I've got a lot of shit here. I'm going to try and play a game a week. And then I got through 2 of them and realized I have opinions. And so, like every straight white man on the internet, I figured I had to share my opinions with everyone.
I mean, isn't that what we're doing now?
Yep, that's exactly what we're doing now. Also, I figured since, I have a degree in game design. Like, it
has to be worth
I spent 5 years getting this thing! 5 fucking years!
I love that you have it framed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go framed. It's my fucking degree.
Mine's in a fucking envelope in my cupboard.
Yes, but you didn't like your university.
My university was a piece of shit.
I liked my university, up to a point.
Well done.
And I thought, you know what? That represents the last 5 years of my life, and I don't want it to be I don't want to be that depressing. I have the tube that they gave me at my graduation, which was fucking empty, by the way, because I graduated during the pandemic. So when we did the actual ceremony, they handed me a fucking empty tube.
I mean, I didn't go to my graduation, so you're still beating me.
I also, they did the online thing during the pandemic, when it, was supposed to actually happen. I was at work. You don't really
have a degree until you've got 2.
Fuck you and your master's degree and your attempted PhD.
That just means you're a masochist. That's all that means.
You are a medieval masochist. Attempting. I am gonna pay for that later. She's going to dismember me. Love you, Phoebe.
Oh man, I love the idea of attempted masochism. You just you try to hit yourself and miss.
You made the attack with disadvantage. Speaking of disadvantage, when you are raging, you unlock the power to surprise your opponents with your flying off the handle.
Ferocity. In contrast to your passive-aggressive demeanor. You have missed much, Kelly B. But you have missed much.
Some bullshit. You've missed nearly an hour of bullshit, Kelly.
Yup. It's been wild, but most recently it's involved self-flagellation.
Attempted self-flagellation.
Attempted self-flagellation with failure.
You've barely done 2 abilities. I think this is further than we got with the bard at this point. Little is a good place to be.
Yes, we have barely done 2 abilities.
Yeah. What, self-flagellation?
No, missing at self-flagellation.
Fucking hell. Response with the frost through which you fly off the handle. When you hit an opponent, when you hit a creature with an attack, there should be a saving throw for this.
Yes, it's wisdom saves normally for
fear? Yeah.
Yeah. Presumably, it would be against your strength score.
Yeah, it's a pretty standard. I think there's a standard DC that's part of the.
That'd probably be for a later ability. OHR.
I mean, fear's a pretty powerful condition in this case anyway, because they can't willingly move closer to you, and they can't. They attack with I think they either can't attack or attack with disadvantage while they can see you.
Well,
they do everything at disadvantage if they can see you.
Yeah,
and
this is true.
You're a barbarian. You're going to be right fucking next to them.
I love this. Sorry, I just the joys of Google. You type status effects, and obviously the tier list of the things that have been searched. Elden Ring status effects are now more searched than D&D 5e, which has also somehow managed to surpass Pokemon status effects.
Jesus Christ.
And then the next one down is Minecraft, and no one gives a fuck about Minecraft status effects, so it's fine. But it's yeah, Elden Ring do be like that. Right.
So yeah, DC equals 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your strength modifier. Pokemon knowledge effect, the relatively
frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight and cannot willingly move closer to the source of its fear. So it's huge. It's hella powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I would agree that Pokemon status effects are fairly self-explanatory, but I'm also aware that it is technically a game aimed at 5-year-olds that I still play fairly religiously. So it's the Pokemon fandom are a special group of people.
So I think the limit for this. What do you mean? Pokemon fandom is us.
I mean, again, we represent an area, a niche of the Pokemon fandom.
Not that much of a niche!
Jay, you haven't explored some of the areas of deviant art that I have.
Yeah, and I don't want to.
The Pokemon fandom is vast and sprawling.
Yeah,
we represent a niche.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Literally, blue tack at the top of my monitor is a Gardevoir standing on top of a Wailord. That's as far as I'm willing to go. Just saying neurodiverse. I was going to say Peter Pan syndrome, but I
mean, I would prefer to think that all of the Pokemon fandom are neurodivergent rather than I think what some people have previously suggested that we're all pedophiles, which much as yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Pedophiles and furries. It's a hard life.
Unrestricted access to the internet and frequently browse DeviantArt in the late 2000s.
I know it's a mistake.
Would you like some therapy?
That John, isn't that what D&D is for? Those of us who can't afford therapy.
Can't afford that. D&D is just as expensive if you try and buy the books. So steal them. Remember, steal everything.
Yeah, not even wrong.
Fuck you, wizards. I will not forget the OGL. So I think the limit on this should not be per proficiency bonus or per charisma. I think it's just once on each of your turns.
Yeah. Okay.
Because barbarians get 2 attacks.
Wait, once on each of your turns, as in as many times as you like?
No, once on each of your turns.
So
when you hit a creature with an attack.
Once per turn.
No, once on each of your turns, because that means you can't do it as a reaction if you're doing an opportunity attack.
Yeah, but Jay, that's every one of your turns. At level 3.
Yeah, but it's also a wisdom save, which is like the most common kind of save.
I still feel like that's quite a lot.
And and also the thing is, if you say it once on each of your turns, if you fail to do it on your first attack, your second attack isn't going to be able to do it either.
So once per turn, once per turn on a successful melee weapon attack, you can choose to force your opponent to make a wisdom save for fear.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
I've just realised, I think there's a similar ability the Rangers get.
Doesn't sound familiar.
There's an ability. No, it's a. Nope, I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what kind of ranger would get that ability?
I swear there was a ranger that let you inflict fear as part of a thing, but I think I'm making it up. Like. Okay.
There is a type of paladin that has a fear aura.
That's if you're afraid that's the Conquest Paladin. If you're afraid of them, you can't move when you're in the aura because it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I think what we could do, because this is like you are flying off the handle. This is them being surprised at, how you're going from 0 to 1,000,000. So what we could do is beef it up and then say on the first turn of your rage.
That makes more sense. On the first turn of your rage, you get a big thing.
Yeah, so I think we should beef it up a little bit.
Well, remember that this ability also includes charisma stuff when you're not raging.
Yeah.
So it is already quite powerful. I feel like we could beef it up at the next ability.
So on the first turn of your rage, that is pretty much once per battle, realistically, because the rage lasts for a minute.
Yeah.
Unless you fail to hit something or fail to take damage.
But also, when you're not in battle, you're getting to make charisma rolls with advantage. It's having both.
True.
And then we can make it much scarier at later levels, because already the 14th level ability is bitching.
14th level ability is insane.
Yeah. So I think we're in the right area, and it's okay for the 3rd level ability to not be OP as shit.
Okay.
We're allowed to balance this class, Jonathan.
In that case, at the very least, should we increase the length of the fear? Change it to they're afraid for a minute, but they can make a repeat saving throw at the end of each of their turns.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Kind of ranger inflicts fear. One with a pet land shark. Abso-fucking-lutely. I want a pet land shark now! Are there land sharks in D&D? I don't know. I'm not good at monsters in D&D.
I think the closest you might get is the bullet, which is like a burrowing kind of shark thing.
Burrowing shark? Excuse me while I look this up. I want to go look at the burrowing shark. Yes?
Would you like tea?
I would like tea, please.
Would you also like to show off the elder?
Yes, I would like to show off the elder.
Hey, talk about monsters in D&D.
D&D chat, look at the snowy owl bear!
Yeah!
And it's so fluffy! Her name is Thimble, and she is very, very cute and very, very fluffy. This is Thimble.
That's
She's
the
very
name
scary.
You never met Thimble the Barbarian, did you?
No, I didn't.
You never met Thimble the Barbarian.
I have not met Thimble the Barbarian.
Thimble the Barbarian was the character I played who was a fairy. It was a fairy barbarian who was the one. This was the fairy I made that had like reduced permanently cast on, so they were a tiny creature, and every time they raged, they became a large creature because they were the Path of the Giants on Earth Arcana thing. This was the elbow drop barbarian.
The elbow drop barbarian.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember this because you've got a flying speed.
Because I've got a flying speed, because fairy. So I would just fly above people, suddenly become, boom, full-on JoJo-ified, and just crash down on people, because it's fucking dumb.
Oh dear. And yes, Kelly Beeb, we would all die for a thimble. Also, I've just looked up bullets, and I actually think they're kind of cute, and I now want to make an NPC, like a bad guy who's a land pirate, who's a ranger, who has an animal companion who's a bullet.
Hey, they're a bad guy. Give them a pack of bullets.
Yes! They're CR5. You could absolutely get away with that.
Yeah!
Just be like, I am a land pirate with my land sharks. Arr!
And my land ship! And you're standing on a Land Rover.
Well, no, that'd be like Yorkshire. So you'd be like, Yorkshire? Hey, lad, I'm a land pirate. I don't live near the sea, so I got myself a land shark for my Land Rover.
I need to send you a song by the Dorina Harry Band, which is called The Last Pirate,
So like
The Last Saskatchewan Pirate.
I'm not a bandit, I'm a land pirate. Look, I've got my skull and crossbones and everything.
And an eye patch!
See me an eye patch up road. That right.
How many bandit have parrot? Please don't demonetize this, Yorkshire.
Take land parrot up to shop.
Just a parrot that goes, hey up.
But no, because it's a land parrot, so it's actually like a dodo.
Oh Christ!
And it's like, ooh, I'm afraid of heights. Up on this fella's shoulder, alright, tall. I don't like it. Secretly, your mission to go and defeat the land pirate has been given to you by the land parrot of the land pirate, because he's actually afraid of heights and wants to get down. Kakapos! Oh my god, I can't. I've seen. I'm trying to remember what Kakapo looks like. I've got so many fucking tabs open now.
Oh Christ! We've started them, everybody. We've started them going.
Oh my god! And they are actually land parrots. Oh, they're so cute.
What the fuck is this?
Oh, and they appear in the infamous Benedict Cumberbatch BBC Earth program.
What, the one where he calls them penguins?
Penguins.
Oh my god, these things are adorable.
These are great. Oh.
Weren't we making a barbarian?
Yes, but now I have to go and make an NPC for my campaign as well.
Yes, that campaign. Here's the one problem, Chris. Your campaign is very sea-based.
I can make a landlocked mission.
We already met Chicken Jesus.
We did meet Chicken.
We already met Chicken Jesus and fucking Christmas caroled him.
The Kakapos were the one with the dude who tried to shag Stephen Fry's pal's head.
Amazing.
That is a great video. That is an absolutely legendary video. That is beautiful.
Guys trying to conduct an interview and a parrot is relentlessly attempting to shag his head.
And Stephen Fry in the back's just going, "Oh dear.
Oh dear.
I think it's trying to mate with the back of your head." And you're like, Stephen Fry, you cunt.
Oh, God. Amazing. I love it. Right. 6th level.
Right. Oh yeah, 6th level.
Now this is usually like, from what I can tell, this is like a support ability, because like the Path of the Beast gets this is like a passive ability, because the Path of the Beast gets like, you know, magical weapons at this stage, or like a climb speed or a swim speed, I think. The Zealot gets, that's the one I've got in front of me.
Fail a saving throw whilst raging.
We roll a saving throw once. Passive. The Berserker just says, hey, if you're charmed or frightened, you can't be charmed or frightened.
Which is nice.
Which is really fun, and I have actually seen used to immensely great effect. I would just like to get angrier. And like even the Storm Soul gets like passive abilities.
Yeah, but I was going to say there's a couple there that is not passive abilities. So like the Zealot one's not passive. Wild Magic's not passive.
Wild Magic is never passive.
Wild magic is never passive.
You're
Wild
playing it.
magic
You're
wins.
playing in my wild magic dungeon.
I am.
Yeah.
It's never passive.
It's never
Well,
passive.
no, that's tell a lie. Tell a lie. When you just straight up killed someone, that was kind of passive.
That was very active. He died.
He died. And then he woke up later.
He literally said, "Hit me with your best shot," and I killed him. The table killed him.
And then you gave him a long rest.
Yeah, because I wrote that table so long ago and I thought this will be really funny. And I didn't expect it to happen so early.
Yes. He's only mostly dead.
Yeah.
I've got better.
Yeah, for anyone who's interested, I run a campaign privately, I run a home game. And I've put everybody into a dungeon that is full of wild magic, so everybody has the potential to like wild magic surge. And so I wrote my own wild magic table because I think the one that is, you know, the raw one in the PHB is a bit weak sauce.
Well, that's why everybody makes their own wild magic tables. I think there's like a dozen different, wild magic tables on the internet.
Rye did show me that one that was roll a d10,000.
Yeah, that's just stupid, though.
Yeah.
It appeals to Rye because Rye likes,
He's insane.
He's just like bigger.
Yeah. But yeah, I wrote a whole
Yes,
like
overachieved.
50-piece. I wrote a whole 50-piece wild magic table, and some of the effects we've seen so far, I believe, like Garen triggered an effect that was summon a d20 of sheep, and I rolled a 20. I rolled a nat 20 for sheep.
And it was adorable. And then you blew them all up, you prick.
Yeah, that was on a whim. That wasn't part of the original effect. I was sitting there being like, what the fuck am I going to do with 20 sheep?
You should have just left them there.
I should have, but then the map would have been like really, really, really cluttered. Hey, trust me, it could have been worse. At least I didn't use those trees.
Yes.
Those
so fucking glad you did. Those are
Unbelievably
ridiculous.
OP trees.
Yeah.
Look, it's a D&D campaign. It never stops being written. Because there's always something I go, oh, that'll be a cool idea, and I stick it in the middle. I know what the ending's going to be, I hope.
Well, yeah, a D&D campaign is usually about knowing the start, knowing the end,
And just
and then
making it
using
all
your
up in the middle.
characters- Yeah, use your players to fill out the middle.
Yeah,
It's the cheapest way to write a book.
Yeah, the key I've always found, this is some genuinely very serious DM advice, sort of one of the best ways to create a really fun campaign, a formula I have found that works really well, is create a serious world. And make damn sure that the players have not created serious characters. It is a recipe for shenanigans and bullshit, and you get to play how the world responds to that, and it will just get highly ridiculous, because essentially as a DM in this formula, you are playing straight man to the 3 to 5 chuckle fucks you are dealing with.
I mean, in contrast to that, so that's Jonathan's game that he's
That's
running.
a way I like to do it. It's not every way, but it is a way that I have found works.
In contrast, I decided to make some big open world, choose your own adventure style episodic narrative where I
Get one on
allowed
Kickstarter.
which I allowed 7 Chaos Merchants, including my brother, to make their Chaos Merchant characters.
Hey,
And then I made an incredibly dumb world with some incredibly serious lore hiding at the back that they just occasionally get bits of. And it's like everything. I mean, I'm not a very serious person, so I just do lots of stupid shit. And then suddenly, like, it'll be like, and the world's going to end. And everybody goes, what?
I would like to say...
Spikes in the middle.
I would like to say that in that campaign, I am the second most serious person.
Who's the most serious person in the campaign, actually?
Alex.
Ah, yeah. Alex is fairly serious.
Alex's paladin is definitely the most serious character in that campaign, without a shadow of a fucking doubt. And then it's
Yes.
Aster.
And then it's Aster, who's neurotic.
Yeah,
which is not to say is serious.
Considering how the rest of the party is a coward satyr fighter, a warlock who has a pact with an owl warlock who has a pact with themselves.
Yep.
And speaks in terrifying accents and once turned a guy into a kebab.
And
Sam.
Cult followers every
Again,
time.
And form a fucking cult. We have Braun Flexington, whose name says everything you need to know.
He's a wizard who casts punch.
And Sam, who is an avatar of destruction and chaos wherever they go.
And that's
in real life.
That's in real life. Our pal Sam is an avatar of destruction and chaos wherever they go. Oh,
the Warlock
it's
Narcissus is a
the Warlock
Kenku who has a pact with themselves. They believe they are a god.
Yes. Which means that basically wherever they go,
pissed Eldritch blasts at people.
Yeah, wherever they go, they garner more followers to their cult / religion.
Yep. Basically
just by doing things that a god would do. Yes, Narcissus.
One day we will tell the story of the great Satyr run.
Oh my god, the Great Satyr run is the best piece of DMing I've ever done in my life.
But not today, because we've got 40 minutes left in the stream and we've still got 2 abilities to do and all the names.
Yes, oh Jesus, yes we do. Right, okay.
So, passive ability. I think because of your exuding your own air of passive aggression, I think you should get resistance to psychic damage.
I think that's pretty solid. And it's the only barbarian that gets resistance to psychic damage, if I remember correctly.
Because the path of the totem bear specifically says everything but psychic damage.
Yeah.
And then there's some races that get natural resistance to psychic damage, so you could just wipe that out. Yeah, just be a fucking... Oh, what's the Eberron thing that dreams at people? It's a human that dreams at people really hard. I forgot what it's called.
Couldn't tell you.
Fucking... Show me the races. Show me the races!
Show me the races. Oh, God.
Show me the racist. It's the...
There are so many races.
Oh, fuck. Why did you reject the thing?
From Eberron? I mean, Eberron...
Kalashtar. The Kalashtar.
Kalashtar.
Yeah, Kalashtar actually resistance to psychic damage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, Kalashtar, Bear Totem Barbarian, has resistance to all damage.
Nice. And advantage on all wisdom saving throws. That's a really good racial ability.
And yeah, the Kalashtar are great.
And you get telepathy?
Yeah. The Kalashtar are great.
Damn. Yeah.
I just always pick Warforged because I like me some robots. See you, Danny.
Bye.
I like me some robots.
But yeah.
I love robots.
Resistance to psychic damage sounds pretty good, I reckon. Yeah. That's a nice solid thing.
Do we want to add anything else?
No, but I feel like we're going to make the next ability somewhat terrifying.
I don't know. I want to add like a non-combat ability to this. Like you gain proficiency in deception checks, or if you already have proficiency in another charisma-based check. Because barbarians don't get a lot. Barbarians do not get a lot of skill proficiencies.
No, they don't.
Because they only get 2.
Ancestral Guardians get an absolutely stunning ability at 6th level. Which is, if you're raging and another creature you can see within 30 feet takes damage, you can reduce that by 2d6.
Which is great. And that scales.
And that's infinite uses when you're raging.
Yeah, because that's actually like their core ability, which is weird.
Yeah. But they have 2 core abilities, so that's,
Yeah.
Beast Soul...
Beast Soul gets, like, a climbing speed or a swimming speed, and their attacks become magical, because they've got, like, natural weapons.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Which is solid.
Like, the Beast Barbarian is so good. So good!
And extended jump as well.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. when you finish a short or long rest, choose one of the following benefits. Last till you finish swimming speed, and breathing underwater, climbing speed, and can do difficult terrain, and go upside down on ceilings without making an ability check. And when you jump, make a strength check and extend your jump by a number of feet equal to the check's total. Yep.
Holy shit! I didn't realize it was spider climb.
It is spider climb, yes.
Yeah, you get one of those when you finish a short or long rest.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's good! That's way better than I thought it was. Holy shit, that's insane.
Right. So yeah. So it does look like just resistance to psychic might be a little, not a lot. Fighting while raging. If you are charm fighting, when you enter your rage, the effect is suspended. Berserkers, shy.
Yeah. No, the Berserker gets
Berserker,
the charm or the immunity to charm or frighten when they.
When they're raging.
Yeah, when they're raging. Which means also you can end any charm or frighten effect by raging.
Yep.
That's really useful.
It is very useful. Storm Soul just like bumps the auras up again.
Bumps the auras and you get resistance to damage.
The storm grants you benefits even when your aura isn't active. Benefits are based on the environment. Yeah, so they gain resistance to damage plus a second thing.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Well then, do you want to do resistance to psychic damage, or do you want to do immunity to psychic damage? Because we could do resistance and a thing, or we could go complete immunity.
I think resistance and a thing.
Like
immunity to a kind of damage is extraordinarily rare on a player character.
It is, yes.
I think it's actually really hard to get.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So resistance to psychic damage and a thing.
I think proficiency in like deception checks or something. Because I like kind of the balance of like an in battle thing and an out of battle thing.
Yeah.
That we're doing here. I quite like that.
Yeah. So resistance to psychic damage all the time.
Yep. You gain resistance to psychic damage.
Yep. And that I suppose is our in battle thing.
That's our in battle thing because that's
So then, okay. And then your out of battle thing would be
how about
call it ghosting. Just casually disappear. No, but
okay. In that case, call it ghosting. You gain the ability to end a conversation immediately.
Well, you could get the rogues take disengage as a bonus action, but only get disengaged. Don't get hide and all the other things.
Yeah. So
resistance to psychic damage and take disengage as a bonus action, which as a barbarian would be super handy.
Yeah, it would actually.
Yeah. Especially, so you just get to run around and punch anybody. Yeah,
because I was actually thinking about how good, like, a barbarian with a little dip in rogue would be. Because what I was thinking would be if I was thinking maybe doing being like, I want to play a support character. What are you going to do? I'm going to do a barbarian rogue multi-class. What? Ancestral Guardian Barbarian to tank damage.
Fuck.
Mastermind Rogue.
I knew you were going to say Mastermind Rogue.
Mastermind's great! Because, hey, I'm going to tank all the damage. I'm going to give help as a bonus action.
To literally everyone.
Yeah!
Yeah.
It's not as insane as the super help rogue that I came up with.
The super help rogue that you came up with is gross, and we're going to have to explain it to people at some point or play it.
It's actually not that bad. It's not that bad.
Did you not tell me it had like 12 bonus actions or something ridiculous?
No. What you can do is you can offer help 3 times, maybe 4.
Okay.
Help as an action, help as a bonus action with a range of 30 feet, and also a familiar to do help as well, and maybe a homunculus servant if you want to do a cross class with artificer, so 4.
So you can help 4 people per turn.
Exactly. You're fucking useless yourself, but
4 people get advantage.
4 people get advantage, which is really useful. So like you are a support rogue. I'm also never going to play that character because I have plans for them. And you and I are going to talk about that off stream.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so ghosting. You gain a spectral presence, which grants you resistance to psychic damage and the ability to ghost your enemies, to disengage as a bonus action.
You've learned the spectral power of just not talking to people. You gain resistance to psychic damage. You also gain the ability to take the disengage action as a bonus action.
There we go. And then again, that gives you a lot of battlefield fluidity. I think that's pretty solid.
That's suddenly we now have a barbarian that can just go everywhere. Because disengage is great. Also, like, I need to double check. Can rogues take? I want to just check something. Just for my own amusement at the moment. You come up with an idea while I'm doing this.
I'm currently looking at 10th, because the next one is the 10th level ability.
Yes.
Which needs to be a biggie. Whereas your party have to think you're a bit of a douche if you use it. They're like, geez, did you seriously just ghost that guy? Yeah, why?
Yeah, I did.
Well,
what of it, bitch?
Don't you think you should communicate and talk about your problems?
No. Okay. Rogues can't take the... I was about to say, can rogues take... I was double checking if rogues could take dodge as part of the cunning action. They can't. Because that would be insane.
That would be insane.
Because dodge as a bonus action just makes... It's like, hey, nobody... Like, everybody has disadvantage to attack me. Fight me. Monks can do it, but it costs key.
Yeah.
And they have way better things to do with their bonus action.
True. Right. So, in terms of 10th level, so for instance, Storm Heralds...
Yes.
Charisma nerf if you use it. Nah, because people are then afraid that you're going to ghost them, and they're like, "We don't want to suffer this."
Oh, God.
So what you lose in friend, you gain in fear.
So yeah, because the Storm Herald at 10th level, you learn to use your mastery of the storm to protect others. Each creature of your choice has damage resistance you gain from the Storm Soul feature while your creature is in your Storm aura, which is handy. Yeah. That's a really good sort of like boost support. As always, the shitty Berserker gets to scare the Berserker gets to scare the shit out of loads of people,
which is cool.
With their intimidating presence, and the Zealot, because this is just the 3 I have open to me. As a bonus action, up to 10 other creatures of your choice within 60 feet of you that can hear you gain advantage on attack rolls and saving throws until the start of your next turn.
Right, so that's a lot of big
monumentally useful.
Yeah.
That's a bonus action? Fuck! I mean, barbarians already have advantage on attack rolls anyway. So that's the other thing about barbarian rogue multiclass is reckless attack triggers sneak attack.
Fuck off.
It does!
Yeah, but that's stupid!
I know!
So stupid.
Swashbuckler barbarian multiclass, come at me. I'll fucking do it. Don't just you watch me. I'll make the world's angriest duelist pirate. I'll do a swashbuckler and a storm herald.
Oh damn! Path of the Beast 10th level. You curse people when you
the Path of the Beast 10th level is kind of nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you can hit people with 2d12, or you can force them to attack their friends.
That's hardcore.
Real handy, and you get it up to your proficiency bonus in terms of uses.
Fuck. Okay, that is hardcore.
Yeah.
I wonder if we. I mean, Barbarian. This thing with Barbarian seems to be that like they add lots of new things. There's lots of adding new things. There isn't a lot of abilities that just seem to like. There aren't a lot of subclasses that just seem to like take the core gimmick and then make more of it. Really, I think
that's part of the problem with Barbarians, to be honest with you.
What, feature creep?
No, not necessarily feature creep, but they like the subclasses do have identities of their own, but it kind of feels like they lose a little bit of focus.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I feel there's a little bit of there's quite a lot of that with barbarians. Like they're a little bit. Like I've always found barbarians sort of like one of the least appealing classes to play, To be honest, although it is absolutely the class I would recommend to beginners. Like if you've never played D&D before, play a barbarian. And if you want to play a martial class, play a barbarian.
Simpler than fighter.
They're really simple. They're really hard to kill as well.
Yes.
Which for a new player is always a good point because you don't want to accidentally kill newbies. And you don't because then they're not having as much fun. And also you don't really have to worry about a lot because you've got unarmored defense, so you need to worry about like armor pickups, and you're probably going to get a weapon you can use for a long time at the start, and you don't have to worry about many skill proficiencies. Yeah. So if you want to like do that, then I would do Barbarian. If you want to be a caster, I would recommend being a cleric.
I don't know, just because, and this is the thing that because my very first D&D character was a cleric, an evil cleric, called Mr. Sparkle.
Cleric of Raptor Jesus, remember.
He was indeed a cleric of Raptor Jesus, god of death. It was great. Yeah. Later became, of course, the villain of the campaign. One of two of the villains of the campaign. It was class. Anyway, but one of the things that confused me hugely initially is the divine caster thing. The idea that you have a huge pool of spell slots and then you pick and you pick the ones that you want at the end of a long rest. Whereas I actually think something like Wizard, although it's got lots of things, you just choose the spells and then you've got them.
See, that's why I argue that Cleric is better, because for a new player,
film to watch. What's the film I need to watch?
Because with a cleric, you do get that swapping out of spells, so you get to try out a lot of different things. Like you can choose how you move things around. It's two very different schools of thought, and I'm not going to say which one's better. But I think we can both agree, if you're a new player, avoid druids and warlocks.
Yes, don't play druid, don't play warlock, and don't play sorcerer. Velocipaster! Yes! Oh, I definitely... Barry and I have been wanting to watch this for so long. I have
seen the Velocipaster.
I really want to watch it.
It is exactly as batshit as you think it is.
It just looks so good.
Yeah, it's insane. It is truly insane.
Hells yeah. Bork?
we've got a new... You're new? No, I don't know you. Who are you, Shifting Wolf?
Good evening, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I will tell you now, Shifting Wolf, that we're talking about the Velocipaster, and the Velocipaster does not bork.
The Velocipaster does not bork. Somehow someone learns how to use nunchucks. It's weird.
Yes. We're doing
Welcome
good.
to the stream, new person. Sorry.
It's failed your stealth check.
Well, I'm sorry, new people do not show up very often. I'm always so excited when they do. Hello!
I mean, I was going to say, it's been an hour and 36 minutes, and we haven't finished making this subclass yet. We just keep getting distracted.
We keep getting very, very distracted. We're making a new Barbarian. I don't know how long you've been sitting here.
We are making a path of
passive aggression.
Passive aggression Barbarian.
Yep. Welcome.
Welcome. Absolutely.
If you have any suggestions, we are very happy to hear them, because we're kind of lost on this one.
Well, that's what we're discussing at the moment, is feature creeping barbarians.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, but on that basis, then I am wondering: do we, for the 10th level ability, do something that is again brand new, brand new, or do we do an improvement of the level 3 ability that we were looking at, with the fear and the charisma and the
fear and the charisma and the So here's the thing: I think no matter what we do, we should have it as another split ability, because that's been the whole theme of this subclass.
Yes, I like this. Is we have one thing when you're not angry that goes, excuse me, I have other things to talk about.
I'm not just mad. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. That has to be one of our ability names.
Absolutely.
Actually, no. That's gonna be our first ability name.
Yeah, it is. I'm not. Wait, no. It would be. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Oh wait, now I'm angry.
I'm not angry.
Yeah. That's what we did for the level 6 ones for ghosting, because you just like, and no, I'm not talking to you. You just ignore the enemy and leave.
What other passive aggressive techniques are there, like, in general? Because we've got sort of like the tone of voice and the stance. Malicious compliance. I have no idea how you work that in. I have no idea how you would work that in.
It would be something for when you're hit.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a beginning at 10th level when you take damage.
Oh, now it's my fault, huh? Yeah. Well, yeah, so we could do a damage reflection.
Yeah! Oh god, yes!
You want that 10th level damage reflection?
Oh, now it's my fault, huh? Beginning at 10th level, when you are hit with an attack, I think what we should do is, like, we do something when you're hit and something when you fail a check.
Okay. So
this is like your recovery ability.
Okay, so if we'll say, if we use for when you're hit, we'll say that's when you're raging.
Yeah.
So whilst raging, if you're hit while raging, you can use your reaction to reflect that damage back on the opponent.
Or just make a melee attack against them.
I don't know. I'm like,
wait, that's
so now I'm the bad guy.
I'm the bad guy.
I'm not sure. I feel like, because we've not done anything to make the melee attack specifically like better. Like, we do that later, but
yeah.
So I feel like damage reflection goes more with the passive aggression.
Oh,
thing.
no. Let's not do damage. We could do damage reflection, or we could do someone hits you and you force them to do a saving throw to take psychic damage equal to your level or something.
Yeah, that absolutely. You riposte themselves. Beautiful. Yeah, let's go with psychic damage. So if we do, psychic damage equal to
your charisma modifier.
Your barbarian level plus your charisma modifier. Yeah. Why not? All right.
Let's do make another wisdom saving throw.
I don't think they should get a wisdom save. I think they should just take the damage. I
mean, that's probably like a flat. At this point, you're level 10, so that's flat 13 to 15 damage, right there.
Yeah, which is not huge at level 10. I'm not gonna lie.
No, you're right. Even my monk had over 100 hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a tenth of their health right there. But it's also your reaction, so you only get one per round.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As Kelly Beeb says, nah, fuck him. No wisdom save for you.
Nah, fuck him. Take psychic damage. Oh, fuck, it said take twice. Take psychic damage equal to your barbarian level plus your charisma modifier.
Let's not nerf it further. We're gonna add another thing.
No, it's a reaction. So like, reactions are hard.
Yeah.
Because every time, like, you only get once per round, and you could use them for a lot of generic shit anyway. So if this happens, you can't make opportunity attacks or whatever.
No, I think that's a good use of a reaction. It's a solid thing.
Yeah, because that's a decent chunk of damage.
Yeah, absolutely. So then for the non-rage thing, if you fail an ability check, so I think because we've used charisma for the rage thing, we should use strength for the non-rage thing. So you fail an ability check, you get to would say maybe like, I don't know, something like once per short rest.
You can guilt the DM into letting you roll again.
you can make the DM arm wrestle you to see if you win. Like once per short rest, say, you can add your strength modifier to a failed roll?
No, because that's basically
No?
what the... Well, because we've got, if you're making a charisma check, you can add your strength modifier later.
Ah, yeah.
So I think it's if you fail an ability check, you can, up to your strength modifier, up to your number of your strength modifier, you can re-roll.
Fair? Yeah, I'm up for that.
So you can re-roll through the power of guilt tripping.
Through the power of guilt tripping.
Through the power, you can re-roll through the power. You can re-roll the check.
Through the power of gaslighting and guilt tripping.
Gaslight guilt trip. Gaslight guilt trip guillotine.
That definitely sounds like an album I would listen to.
Equal to your strength modifier. Modifier. You regain all uses of this ability. Short or long rest?
Long. Because, I mean, we've not got anything else really going for short.
No, I made the first thing where you do the... Where you can get the advantage on the charisma checks. I made that once per short. I made that proficiency bonus per short rest.
Oh, then let's do short rests. Okay. Short rests!
Because short rests are undervalued.
On all projects. It's fine. My brain is also constantly resetting. Whenever you...
So what should we call our final ability on the path of passive aggression?
Oh yes.
You get to, that's you adding your charisma modifier to attacks and damage rolls and adding strength modifier to charisma skill checks.
Which is just fucking great.
It's terrifying.
Thanks for the new stim, Chris. No! I've done it now. Oh no. But the words get stuck and then they repeat until my brain catches up and then I'm fucked. Oh no. This is like when I've got a wonderful ADHD friend who we were in the park one day and like she ticked and then I ticked in response and then she ticked and I ticked and then thankfully she cut it short because otherwise we'd have just got lost into a horrible spiral.
Just a tick loop.
Yes, and it just was it was bad. It was bad.
Because of my times with early Overwatch, anytime I see the words "Let me show you how it's done," I cannot help but imagine it in Reinhardt's voice of just "Let me show you how it's done." Because I was a Reinhardt main! Surprise, surprise. Surprising fucking nobody.
You like being big, brawny, and beardy?
I was the big German guy with the shield, and with the skin I got like immediately because I got one of the legendary skins like right off the bat. He had a big fucking rocket powered axe,
which is pretty sexy. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, you know, anybody says the words big rocket powered axe, my trousers are already off.
Short.
No. No shorting yourself on stream. If you're going to do, you're going to need laundry. We're adults.
It can only get worse. Oh, sorry, Jonathan. My brain just, for some reason, did you say therapy or did you say therabines? Because I
said neither of those things. I said if you do it, you're going to need laundry.
What did you say after that?
I said we're adults.
Oh, I heard therapines.
I said adults, you heard therapy. Do you want to talk about something, Chris? Also, I misread your last message, Shifting Wolf, as I may have dabbed as Jinx, and now I'm just imagining the Pokemon. I'm just imagining the Pokemon Jinx that was originally a little bit of a racist caricature, or just Mrs. Popo, just doing that. And that's, you know, that's gonna live rent-free in my head for a while now. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Dabbing Jinx. Oh, the internet needs dabbing Jinx. The most cursed of all the things.
This one wasn't censored enough.
Oh,
Right,
I
what
love
should we
it.
call this last ability? What is the most passive... Straight to internet jail.
Straight to, yep, we're done now. That's what cancelled us, really. That it
dabbed.
wasn't unicorns, it was the dabs.
Somebody
For
needs
those
to...
of you who just joined, I got cancelled for unicorns on this stream.
I am going to go back and clip this. I'm going to go back and I'm going to clip the two of us dabbing and being sent to internet jail.
No, don't do it. Oh,
VOD's going up tomorrow!
Oh God. I was going to say, people who know me will watch this. Now, people who know me are already watching this. Some of them are in the chat now.
Yep.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What's our fourth ability called?
What's our fourth ability called? I'm also just looking at the... I'm looking at the viewers list. There's so many people I don't recognize, and at least two of which I assume are bots.
Your son says, no offense, but it was a joke. As a pass ag and a link to the channel. Oh, honey. I love
Yes! Yes! Abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh, honey.
Oh, honey, just with the ellipsis. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We have the path of passive aggression Barbarian.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Oh, that's... Yeah. Phoebe wins.
Thank you, Phoebe.
Phoebe, fuck. There we go. That's it, everybody. That's the Passag Barbarian.
We have created a monster. Is this more or less ridiculous than the Profanity Bard? Where we sat down and came up with 7 uses of the word fuck and created abilities all around them.
I think this has to therefore be definitively less dumb, but is also beautiful.
Well, we certainly swore less.
I mean, yes, I think all 17 channel actions regarding swearing happened in that one stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we were literally going to base an ability off of Carlin's forbidden phrases.
Yes, which is, I think, just great.
It's magic. I love it. So anyway, everybody, I think that's us kind of coming up on it. The streams tend to last about 2 hours, and we're coming up on our second hour within 10 minutes. It usually takes us fucking half an hour to end these things anyway.
That is a fair point. Yes. Fuck. Hosting, as you can see, I'm clearly shutting down. The thing that we've just made, what we just spent nearly 2 hours doing.
Yeah.
Aside from talking total fucking nonsense, is gonna appear somewhere, maybe, at some point. Yes?
Yeah, still working on that one.
Still working on that one.
Yeah.
At some point, we're gonna figure out a decent way of hosting all of these.
For now, my plan is that I'm going to put them...
I tried to brief.
My plan is that I'm going to host them on my website as downloadable PDFs, because I know that... Thank you for turning up, Shifting Wolf. It's always nice when new people show up. It genuinely just... It makes my heart soar. It's wonderful.
It's so nice to have the friends.
New people, yee! But, yeah, I just turned into Starfire for a second there.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Wait, let me check. Still on Ginger.
Fuck.
But yeah, so I will be placing these on my website soon. This and the Profanity Bard will be up there as downloadable PDFs, because neither of us want to pay for a D&D Beyond subscription, because I personally have not fully forgiven Wizards for the OGL stuff, even though they did walk it back and make it impossible for them to try that shit again.
After
the whole fucking sewage tsunami that came down on their heads about that one, because we the people have the power. It's great.
Good.
It was good shit. but and also we're cheapskates. So these will be around as downloadable. And also, I don't think we'd be able to get away with this book with the amount of profanity in the last one.
Possibly not.
Probably not. So these will be available on my website soon. I could probably do that tomorrow. Get that ready to go.
Yeah.
Very much a maybe on that
so
one.
that's at some point we will host these somewhere. There's also
we may even play some of them at some point.
Yes, absolutely. So that's a plan. That's a thing. What we might do at some point. Otherwise, what are important things everybody needs to know? Jonathan has a website.
Apparently, I have a website. I'm gonna put it in the permanent stream, like, description, layout thing, channel description, so that people can actually fucking find it. Because I didn't realize I hadn't put it there. I thought I had.
It's currently in the pinned comment.
It's currently in the pinned comment. Please go there. I have game reviews. I have stories that I write. There are 11 chapters of my current series available there, called We Are Not Legends. It's been really fun, and my plan is I'm writing a chapter every month, sort of releasing it short story style. It's coming out. It's a story about. It's an urban fantasy story about heroes from mythology and modern day people, and I don't want to give away too much, but it goes kind of nuts. I'm having a lot of fun writing it. Chris has been editing it. I hope you all enjoy reading it. Please read my stuff, and please tell me about it through any way possible. There's a comment box at the bottom of the website. Just tell me everything, because creating in a void is soul crushing. It does feel a lot like screaming into the void sometimes. Also, read my game reviews. I recently, today, I released a review of a game called Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion, and it is legitimately one of the funniest things I've ever played.
That's a fucking great game. It's so good.
Okay. It's a bad idea to sort of pitch that particular review, because there is a disclaimer very early on that says, do not read this review, go and play the game. Because it's a game that is best experienced unspoiled. But there's like 50 other reviews on the site, so go and read something. You might find something cool. I try and review things that are less mainstream and just are around that hopefully maybe people haven't heard of. So there's some cool stuff. You can follow me.
He has a Patreon.
I also have a Patreon. I am Jonathan David Honey on Patreon. I'm also you get advanced pages of my stories, you get read out versions of the reviews. I'm gonna be rejigging the Patreon soon, so there's actually more shit on it. But yeah, there's you can give me money to help me do this stuff, and maybe for the D&D Patreon subscription. No, I will never use the money for that.
Last few things are that he has a video games company.
Yes, I run a games company that some people in the chat may have already heard of or work for. We are
on. Thing is he smells.
Fucking what?
Badly.
Because just as we're trying to end this, my wife decides to come in with tea and disruption.
I think that's her existence down to a fucking tea. Yeah.
It is, in fact. I love this woman so much.
Dear Vary and her tea and destruction. But yes, I am personally on Twitter at Jonathan Honey 4. You can follow me there, or you can follow the games company that I run. There's a few of us. We're working on a little sci-fi horror game, sci-fi survival horror game called I Thought There'd Be Stars. We are also on Twitter at @ald_games. We are Ald Alliance Games, because that's a long story. I'll explain some other time. Hopefully I will be restarting the social media campaign for that soon, but if you could please go and follow it there, that would be really, really nice, because we need the help. You already follow me around. So I think that's all the social media stuff. Chris is also on Instagram.
I am at Chris Honey Actor. I post sparingly. I'm currently in development directing a production of the Addams Family musical. So that's a thing that I'm doing. There will be pictures and shit from that will turn up when I get better at posting on social media. There we go. That's it.
I looked out the window.
That's everything. We did everything. Jonathan, we did the sign out. Leave.
Yeah,
now,
make sure to follow us here on Twitch, and you'll get notifications of when we're going live. It's every Monday at roughly 8 o'clock at the moment. I hope everyone else has a fucking lovely night and day.
Yes.
Bye, everybody!